The women's vault final will be the next order of business in Osijek, and the top performer in qualification will go fifth in the order, France's Colleen Deviat.
The first four finalists will have one touch warm-up now. They can do 3 vaults each. You may start warming up.
Dakle, prve 4 finalistice.
2 vaults in the finals. Dakle, 2 preskoka ima svaka za zagrijavanje.
Sad smo sve pojasnili na oba jezika.
The first 4 gymnasts will be the 6th, 4th, 7th and 3rd best performers in qualification, but keep an eye very closely on Sasha Kiselev, because her qualification execution scores were not really representative of what we know she can do in World Cup finals. So if ever there is a stealth mover, it's her. Croatia's own Tiana Korent will go after her. She was the 4th best in qualification. The same difficulty of 2 4.2 vaults as Kiselev. Then we'll see Klara Petekova, who had 2 3.6 degree of difficulty vaults in the preliminary round. Martin of Great Britain, a 4.6 and a 3.8. So we anticipate that Abigail Martin's first vault will be the most difficult one that we see in the first half of the competition. Then we'll go to the second half of the final, and that's where Colleen Deviat will come into play, the European champion, with what we anticipate being handsomely the most difficult vault of the final by around 8/10 of a mark. It could come down to really very narrow margins in terms of getting onto the podium in this final.
Cure nam se I dalje zagrijavaju, dakle Tjasa, Klara, Abigail, a velikim pljeskom možemo još jednom pozdraviti Tijanu
The crown is obviously the French gymnast, 23-year-old Colleen Deviat,
koja nam se priprema I prikazat će svu raskoš svog talenta. Tina, da se kratko osvrnemo na ono što si rekla prošle godine, dakle to je jedno iznenađenje, u kvalifikacijama se išlo na sigurnu izvedbu, a onda u finalu nova vježba, novi elementi. Koliko je to teško jednoj gimnastičarki?
Pa gimnastičari su naviknuti na takav sistem natjecanja I to je za njih normalno, ali ono najteže je što se ide od nule. Tako da ako si ušao I s dobrom ocjenom, ti to opet moraš sve ponoviti. Isto tako, ako si malo zaribao u kvalifikacijama, evo šanse ili da riskiraš pa ideš do medalje, ili ako si stvarno među najboljima da samo rutinski svoje skokove I to je to.
Evo gledamo sve ove elemente, bile ovo Tijana Korent, dajte još jednom veliki pljesak da se pripremi I da dobro uđe u ovo finale koje je pred nama, dakle finale ženskog preskoka. Ono što nas još čeka dalje, čisto da znate organizirati si ovo lijepo poslije podne, finale konja s hvataljkama, pa finale u dvovisinskim ručama, te na kraju finale u ručama. Muški se natječu u konju s hvataljkama I ručama, a dame evo u preskoku te u dvovisinskim ručama. To je ono što nas čeka, a prije svega, dakle, žensko finale preskoka. Tjasa, Tijana, Klara I Abigail polako, čini mi se, završavaju ovo svoje zagrijavanje.
Tako je, sve su preskočile po 2 puta I time je zagrijavanje završeno I molimo da počnete s natjecanjem. Warm-up is over, please start the competition.
Warm-ups have been completed. It is time to begin this women's vault final.
Prva nastupa
Sasha Kiselev, first to go.
First finalist representing Slovenia, Tjasa Kiselev.
6th best in qualification, but absolutely with the potential, the 30-year-old, to get a place on the podium, because her execution scores were lower than they customarily are. Well, just a little awkward in the landing and not enormously strong in terms of the form in flight. But an
an
8.0 for execution for that vault, the first vault in qualification. Now what is interesting is that she posted two 4.6 difficulty vaults in the preliminary round. She's clearly upgraded by 4/10 with the Yurchenko 1.5, which is typical for her. Form-wise, it's not the cleanest and clearest, but it does have extra difficulty, and there aren't many vaulting with anything in excess of 4.2 in this final. Fresh from winning the gold medal in Antalya last weekend for her 5th World Cup title and her 25th medal overall. So there we go, 13.1. She is up by 9/10 from her first vault in qualification. And that's exactly as I was mentioning earlier, the potential that Kiselev has to be the stealth mover in the final. She's living up to that pre-match billing. Second vault coming up. That's a good account, a really good account from Jasha Kiselev of Slovenia. The gymnast who made the top 5 at the European Championships 3 years ago. She made the Mediterranean Games vault final as well in 2022.
21 medals on the World Cup circuit, and she finished 5th on the vault at the 2021 European Championships.
The handspring front tuck full, the second vault, very central, well performed. It's another 4.2 difficulty vault.
Stigla je I ocjena za Tjašu, a finale kreće dalje.
12.883 the total score, so that is a gain of about half a mark from the preliminary stage. She's absolutely in play now. We go to Tijana Korent of Croatia.
Tijana Korent.
She turns 35 in a couple of weeks' time. Big step forward as she lands, the veteran Tijana Korent. Amazing to think that about a month after she competed in Osijek last year, she then went on to judge the women's floor final at the European Youth Olympic Festival. This is somebody who is doing something highly unusual, combining an elite career in gymnastics with an elite career in judging gymnastics. She uses the same handspring front tuck full that we saw from Tjaša Kiselev as the second vault. What she will see is a lower execution score, one imagines, for that rather sizable lunge forwards.
Pozdravite Tijanu Korent.
12.566. So it is a 10th lower than Kiselev. And she continues with a 4.2 difficulty vault. So Tjaša Kiselev has got the upper hand by 4/10 of difficulty when one compares those two Yurchenko family vaults that they executed. Let's have a look back at it again. This is the full twisting variety. As I'm sure many of you know, the landing facing the table versus the landing facing away, the latter of which carries an extra 4/10 of difficulty.
ali ipak
Super ambassador for the sport, Tiana Corrent.
To je nešto slabija ocjena od kvalifikacija, ali
has a very interesting professional life away from gymnastics. She is a qualified accountant.
Na ovakvoj razini jedno minimum 20, stvarno, evo, još jedan pljesak, molim.
Tiana Corrent producing the numbers in all aspects. 12.683. She moves into second position.
Mi nastavljamo finale sa
Congratulations to Klara Petekova of the Czech Republic on her qualification for a first ever World Challenge Cup final. She was 12th on vault in Paris at the World Challenge Cup last year. And she has been a national medalist on vault. Klara Petekova. She has got lower level difficulty than the first two gymnasts we've seen. Her focus at the moment is on the cleanliness of those vaults, and that was neatly performed.
Pa izgledalo je lijepo s malom greškicom u doskoku, ali naime ovo je težinski malo slabiji skok od prve dvije natjecateljice, tako da će ocjena vjerojatno biti u skladu s tim. Ali sve je korektno izvedeno, mala greškica u doskoku, mislim da će ocjena biti kako treba.
8.933 execution from the preliminary stage.
Klara Petekova odradila je svoj prvi skok. Sad drugi, pozdravite i nju slobodno velikim pljeskom.
She's from Šumperk in Olomouc in the northeast of the country. 12.366 is just a fraction down from qualification, but she has got the chance to push up the aggregate score with this second vault. That was nicely done too. Good first final there from Klara Petekova. Slightly over-rotated, taking a big step forwards, but she can be very pleased with the account she's given of herself on this big occasion. It's a big crowd here in Osijek.
Opet mala greškica u doskoku, ali naravno taj doskok je uvijek najteže iskontrolirati. Tako da je to i očekivana greškica, ali opet težinski je slabiji, malo skok i ocjena će opet biti u skladu s tim. Naime, cura je ušla kao u kvalifikacijama i nije ništa mijenjala, ocjene će biti otprilike onako kao i kvalifikacijama.
Ocjene su stigle, a vi ako ste mudri i pametni slušat ćete Tinu koja je sve to dobro ocijenila i procijenila.
To eventually add half a turn.
Za sada na trećem mjestu. Pozdravite u velikim pljeskom.
12.266. So she's up from qualification for that second vault.
Slijedi nam predstavnica Velike Britanije. The next finalist representing Great Britain,
Abigail Martin of Great Britain. Third best performer in qualification. A powerful attempt on the Yurchenko 1.5 from Abigail Martin. That's the second 4.6 degree of difficulty vault we've seen. And that for a gymnast who's not yet 16, the aim will be to turn that into the double twisting Yurchenko over the next little while when all is safe and ready.
Greškica, ali nagradit će se za to što skok ima jednu težinu i kakva god izvedba bila, bit će kako treba. Opet kad se te dvije ocjene izvedbe i težina zbroje, bit će ocjena dobra. Ona naime imala treću ocjenu u kvalifikacijama i pričekat ćemo drugi skok, ali to će otprilike, kvalifikacije su bile oko 12.900 prosjek.
Just to mention that as this score comes in of 13.266 for Martin, which is down a fraction from qualification. I neglected to mention that Klara Petekova has improved upon her performance from the preliminary round, and that's always a great accomplishment when a senior debutant in a final manages to do that. So congratulations to her. Well performed second vault from her. The handspring front tuck. Second vault from Abigail Martin of Great Britain.
Završila je svoj nastup na svjetskom gimnastičarskom kupu u Osijeku. Pozdravite ju velikim pljeskom. Prve četirice su za nama, a pred nama iduće 4 finalistice.
Handspring
koje sada
front
također imaju na
pike vault.
raspolaganju 2 skoka za zagrijavanje.
Carries with it 3.8 degree of difficulty. Didn't get a great deal in terms of height.
Tina, da čujemo malo Abigail, drugi skok, kakav je bio?
Clear issues with the block.
Drugi skok je velika razlika u početnoj ocjeni,
looking at
znači
the
bio je
arm
puno
position.
lakši i izvedba je bila lošija, tako da je
She did
ocjena
well to
12.400
get some stability on that. It
velika
wasn't
i
the most
opet smo
comfortable
došli na otprilike
looking
istu
vault.
ocjenu kao u kvalifikacijama i mislim da sutkinje stvarno
She
jedan
does
dobar
go into
kriterij
second
drže
place,
za sobom.
12.833, 12.4 for the second vault. Have to really congratulate Abigail Martin for getting the stability of landing that she managed to there. And that means she surpasses Tiana Korent. Kiselev still leads. So that is the halfway standings.
Na noge, je li to uobičajeno ili su to samo jednostavno takvi elementi? Dakle, evo sada smo vidjeli, prvo se kreće rukama, a kada je drugi skok, onda se prvo kreće s nogom.
Tako je, to su one faze
Now we have
preskoka
to
koje
come
sam govorila,
Colleen
naime, više
de
brzine,
Via.
sile, onima kojima to ide, postigne se ako prvo uletimo u rondat na dasku, odnosno to što vi vidite s rukama, što taknu strunjačicu i dobiju puno više sile kasnije za rotirat se. Naime, drugi skok ide iz zaleta i tu morate biti motorički onako puno više dominantniji, eksplozivniji da bi te skokove dobro izveli. Ali zapravo svaka prava preskokašica mora biti eksplozivna.
Champion of Europe, the favourite to win this, 13.883. The qualification score, and the leading score at the moment is 12.883.
Da je nekako najviše problema bilo upravo u doskocima, dakle ovome na kraju, kao da svi elementi kada se odrade malo onako u glavi zaboraviš taj doskok, ma ajde odradit ću njega nekako usput, a on jako utječe na oči.
Twice the champion of Europe, the hugely experienced Colleen de Via.
Malo veću greškicu su doskoci put naprijed. Naime, mi doskačemo na slijepo i jako je te doskoke teško ukopati, ono da se ne maknemo. A svi doskoci gdje smo okrenuti, rotirani natrag, njih je
Colleen
malo
de Via
teže
gets onto the podium, as we expect she will, then it will be her 10th World Cup medal, as we have a look there at Julia Weissenhofer of Liechtenstein, who's done brilliantly to qualify for this
Kao
final.
što smo već rekli, mali koračić 0.1, veći 0.3, koliko god napravite koraka, ne padnete 0.8, puno se sve kažnjava, tako da mora.
We will see Greta Moya of Hungary and Patricia Makovitskova to complete this final.
Koje gimnastičari i gimnastičarke dobro poznaju. Od malih nogu, od druge, treće godine su u dvoranama, bave se ovime i onda dođu pred ovu divnu publiku koja ih sve pozdravi velikim pljeskom. Zaista više od 100 sportaša iz cijelog svijeta ovih nekoliko dana u Osijeku i vjerujem da se svi zaista odlično osjećaju i da se Osijek pokazao i dokazao još jednom kao odličnim domaćinom.
I evo upravo su se zagrijale i sljedeće 4 natjecateljice, pa možemo nastaviti sa finalom. Warm-up is over, please continue the competition.
Now the quality of the first vault from Colleen de Via gives her the potential to run away with this.
Colleen de Via.
If she can execute it truly, then it could be the job done and dusted. France's Colleen de Via, the reigning European champion and the top performer in qualification. Well, that's the end of that then. What a good first vault What a good first vault from Colleen de Villa. It is a very difficult vault. Handspring front layout, 1.5 twists. She gets real height. The central line is good. This is very fine gymnastics from a veteran, a young veteran to boot. Now the scoring qualification was 14.566, that's consistent work, 14.5 in the final. Just to remind you that 12.833 is the leading score so far, so it's safe to say there's a little margin for error here with this second vault. And her second vault in qualification carried a 4.4 difficulty. And that will unquestionably put Colleen de Villa comfortably into the gold medal position with 3 to go in this women's vault final. The reigning European champion.
Također je nositeljica aktualne svjetske ekipne bronce iz Antwerpena 2023.
It's a bit of a departure from previous campaigns for Colleen de Villa. Going to the Sukahara family, away from Yurchenko vaulting for the second.
European silver medal on vault in 2019 and the world bronze medal in 2022.
Slightly jarred landing, little hike, but it's well performed.
Bronze medalist and the 2018 European team silver medalist.
13.7, well up from anything we've seen so far. 12.9 for the second vault is a little down from qualification. But she's comfortably in the gold medal position, almost a mark ahead of Chasha Kiselev. To Julia Weissenhofer of Liechtenstein, the 16-year-old from Eschen in the north of the country, with its population of 4,500, the fourth largest settlement in one of Europe's smallest nations. Congratulations to her on her debut in a final, and unfortunately she's not quite there with the landing, but you know what, it's a big milestone to get into the final, to be on this sort of stage. She's still so young. Just a little over as she comes out of the pike position, Sukahara pike, and has a difficulty value of 3.4. The over rotation naturally causing her to bounce backwards. She's the first woman to represent her country internationally. That happened at the European Youth Olympic Festival and at the Junior European Championships in 2022. 11.133 for the first vault. They are justifiably very proud of her in Liechtenstein. She competes a lot at the Swiss junior national level, where she was fourth on vault last year at the Swiss Junior National Championships. And quite a lot of sports organisations in Switzerland compete, or rather in Liechtenstein compete in Switzerland, such as FC Vaduz, the main football team in Liechtenstein. That's better, well done. Julia Weissenhofer, another piked vault. More secure, and actually with her more difficult vault. Congratulations to Julia Weissenhofer of Liechtenstein, a trailblazer for her country. That's the handspring front pike vault. And whereas with the first vault, she probably held on to her pike position just a little too long. The judgment of coming out of the pike was sound in that second vault. A nice position in the air. .466, exactly the same as qualification. 11.799, the total score for Julia Weissenhofer. So it is Devia, Kiselev, Martin, 1, 2 and 3. We have 2 to go. This is Greta Moya of Hungary.
Greta Mayer.
To the first vault of Greta Moya of Hungary. Very experienced vaulter, and that's a secure beginning from her. Now her scoring qualification was 13 exactly, and that would be good enough to put her into the silver medal position if she can match it in this final. Let's have a look back at this opening vault from her. Good body position in the air, enabling a very well-maintained landing. So we see from her the same vault that we saw from Colleen de Viau's, the second vault. That's the full twisting Tsukahara. But it was performed with extra mustard. 13.366, that's up from qualification. Nice, powerful, secure vault that. There's your top 3 thus far. Moya could well go into second place though. Oh, absolutely sticks that. The Yurchenko layout vault. 3.6 degree of difficulty. It's not comparable difficulty-wise to the first vault, but in terms of the tidiness of it, that is a very good case made. It was, unsurprisingly, her better executed vault in qualification. That is as pretty as a picture in terms of a landing. And kudos as well to whoever was shooting that from overhead, because they captured it beautifully. It's lovely camera work.
Greta je napravila onaj naš poznati ulaz, vi bi ga rekli rukama, također rondat, premet I pruženi salto, lijepo.
That is as central as a vault gets in terms of its landing position. It's no surprise, because we are looking at the national champion, and she goes easily into second place. 13.149, a 12.933 for the second vault. So Greta Moya passes ahead of Chasha Kiselev, who's jumped all the way up from 6th to 3rd, and we have one gymnast to go. Patricia Makovickova of the Czech Republic. The 17-year-old is from Žatec in the northwest of the Czech Republic, very different part of the country from her teammate Klára Peteková, who performed earlier. She's from reasonably close to Prague. Some interesting work there from Makovickova. It's the first handspring front pike half that we've seen.
Bilo je jako visoko, lijepo I mislim da je pokušala hvatati taj savršeni doskok.
It's a good pike position. Adds in the half turn of the body to gain extra difficulty tenths. Takes it to a 4.0 compared to the 3.8 for a handspring front pike.
Svi ovi od 3. do 6. mjesta jako blizu I skokovima I izvedbom.
Stigla nam je ocjena
12.5, virtually the same as qualification, just down by a few hundredths.
Pozdravite ju velikim pljeskom.
She's yet to compete at World Championship level, Makovitskova, but she has made World Cup finals before. She's spoken with great affection for her idol Vera Chaslavska, the 1964 and 1968 Olympic all-around champion. And she has really produced some engaging work, Patrycja Makovitskova. We see here a young gymnast who is a little further on in terms of her international experience than some of the other very young new seniors in this final, and perhaps a little more competition readiness from Makovitskova.
Super skok koji je zapravo ono što sam vam pričala jako sličan prvome, ali smo imali drugu fazu ulaska.
That's the Omiljanchik vault,
Isti skok, premet,
the round off half on front pike off.
Ukopala, međutim mislim da će
Oksana
biti
Omiljanchik,
dovoljno
I'm sure
pet,
many of you know, a familiar figure not just as a gymnast but as an international judge. It's a tight pike position, isn't it?
Visina je jako bitna, visina, dinamika skoka, otvaranje,
Round off half on, then the front pike
naglašavanje položaja.
to conclude the vault, and well landed too. That's very nice. Unusual to see a gymnast with two 4.0 difficulty vaults. It's quite a strange combination. 12.6, 12.7 for vault number 2. She's in 6th position. There are the top 3. And it is Deviars by a sizable margin. Credit to Greta Meyer, who got as close as she could have done. The classified results in the women's vault competition in Osijek. Bronze goes to Čaša Kiselev of Slovenia, the silver medal won by Greta Meyer of Hungary, and the reigning European champion Pauline Deviard of France wins the gold medal. Great Britain's Abigail Martin getting very close by a matter of hundredths away from besting Kiselev. And in characteristically efficient Osijek style, we will go straight from those classified results into the victory ceremony. Osijek contains the shortest walk that any gymnast has to take to get to the podium. They just hop up off the comfy chairs and go straight to take their place on the podium. And Olly Deviard is helping out Čaša Kiselev, who's missing her shoes. She's got them now. If anything's going to make you struggle to tie your laces, it's the sight of those gentlemen marching past you, heralding the beginning of the victory ceremony. But she's kept her cool nicely there, has Čaša Kiselev. Come on, Greta Meyer. Never in doubt.
The medals will be presented by Mr. Ivan Radic, Mayor of Osijek.
Confirmation that not only do artistic gymnasts do everything better than the rest of us, they can even put their shoes on more quickly than we can.
Representing Slovenia, Čaša Kiselev.
Čaša Kiselev of Slovenia is the bronze medalist. Following on from her gold medal a week ago in Antalya, she has now 26 World Cup honours. Veteran vaulter, still delivering.
Drugo mjesto je srebrna medalja predstavnica Mađarske. In the second place, winning the silver medal representing Hungary, Greta Mayer.
Greta Mayer of Hungary is the silver medalist. Two very nicely performed vaults from her. The full twisting Tsukahara, the highlight of her campaign.
Prvo mjesto i zlatna medalja predstavnica Francuske. In the first place,
Frankly,
winning the gold medal
from the
representing
moment
France,
that she
Colline
landed the
Deviat.
first vault successfully, it seemed to be a case of job done for the champion of Europe, Colline Deviat. The French gymnast then producing some Tsukahara vaulting for her second vault, indicating a departure and a change
Dame i gospodo,
ahead of the
slijedi
big
himna
Olympic
Francuske.
year.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able to,
Colline
please
Deviat
stand
is
for
the
the
champion.
national anthem of France.
The utterly iconic sound of La Marseillaise, written by Claude-Joseph Rougier de Lille in 1792. Played in honour of Colline Deviat, not for the first time in her illustrious career. She's joined by her fellow medalists in the women's vault competition in Osijek.
Ovdje imamo nastupe čak dva naša reprezentativca. Jedan od njih je Filip Ude. A drugi je Mark. Samo da nešto kažete
The
ovoj divnoj
finalists in the
osječkoj
women's
publici.
uneven
Marko, za
bars
početak ti.
competition, the top performer in qualification, the sixth gymnast to go, Lila Mokai of Hungary. Her score 13.4, but we must carefully watch the second gymnast to perform, Melanie de Jesus dos Santos. She was the fourth best in qualification, but with an execution score of 6.7. Her difficulty high enough to make her a very genuine contender to win this. And if she does, it would be her second uneven bars international title in a week. She was victorious in Antalya.
Imaju na raspolaganju svaka po 50 sekundi za zagrijavanje. According to the FIG rules, competitors on parallel and uneven bars have 50 seconds one-touch warm-up time, and not
Judges
30
have
seconds.
finished their
other
instructions
apparatus. So the
and they're
first four
welcome to the
finalists on uneven
gymnasts.
bars have 50 seconds warm-up time per gymnast. You may start warming up.
A vas, draga publiko, još jednom molim, velikim pljeskom pozdravite Sofiju Mešte!
We will begin with the second best in qualification, Anna Lashchevska. Will then move to the fourth best in qualification, Melanie de Jesus dos Santos, but with the overall score to certainly win the competition. We'll then have Sofia Mesta of Croatia and finish the first half of the final with Polina Dajchenko of Ukraine. She was the fifth best in the preliminary stage. So in the second half of the final, we've got Lila Mokai, the top qualifier, and Sara Šulikić, the third best qualifier.
Na neki način i tvoje nasljeđe i ti si tu u nekim situacijama utavala put upravo njima. Na samoj spravi, dakle, što gledati i na što staviti naglasak, što je od cure izbor.
Sad kad bi vam sve detaljno rekla, ništa me ne bi razumili. Ali, cure, gleda se 8 najjačih elemenata, sutkinje bilježe 8 elemenata, imamo 4 posebna zahtjeva, to su letovi s gornje na donju, spust, let na istoj prici, okret 360 i promjena hvata. Naime, danas su moderne vježbe pune amplituda, pune, vidjet ćete, to su stalno salta između pritki i svega. Ne brinite, nije ništa, dajte podršku, one su ovo...
Srce nam je stalo, dakle nije ništa strašno. Dobro je, bravo, bravo.
Ovo je sve uvježbano i toliko puta se ovaj pad uvježbao i ovo je zapravo najbezbolniji pad koji se može dogoditi.
Okay,
a sad zamislite koji je bolan pad.
Da, ako je ovo bezbolan, kako onda izgleda bolan, ali u redu. Dobro je, cure se i dalje polako spremaju. Imali smo ovdje zaista i odlične rezultate, odličnu situaciju u nekim stvarima, nažalost i ozljede su spriječile put nekim našim natjecateljicama.
Pa naša olimpijka u lovu na 3. olimpijske, Ana Đerek, nažalost evo ozlijedila se, tako da njoj je olimpijada sigurno promakla. Šteta stvarno, znam iz osobnog iskustva, dio olimpijade su vrh, ali 3 stvarno, i pogotovo kad si u mogućnosti da ih uhvatiš, to je nešto nestvarno. Ali imamo mi drugu natjecateljicu, Saru Šulekić, ona još uvijek hvata svoju normu za olimpijadu, slijedi Doha svjetski kup koji se boduje baš, tako da joj želimo da ovdje sve isproba, da uspije uhvatiti tu normu.
Sara Šulekić, dakle, pozdravite velikim pljeskom, ona ide u ovoj
Samo malo, moram reći da je
finala.
još 30 sekundi za zagrijavanje, 30 seconds left for warm-up.
Ona ide u ovom drugom dijelu finala, baš kao i Sofija Mešter, koja ide u ovom prvom i koju ćemo uskoro gledati. Dakle, žensko finale u dvovisinskim bručama je pred nama.
Zadnjih 10 sekundi, the last 10 seconds.
The warm-ups are coming to a close and we are about to begin this penultimate final in Osijek on day 1 of 2.
Please start the competition.
She's already won one of these on 2 occasions, twice a World Cup uneven bars champion. Anna Lashchevska of Ukraine.
The first finalist representing Ukraine, Anna
Time
Lashchevska.
we've really had the chance to see her since the World Championships of last year. Second best in qualification, 13.066. Maloney for the first transition point into a pack salto with some good flight. Moving well thus far, up nicely into handstand. Straddle Jaeger somersault. Well performed by Anna Lashchevska to begin the uneven bars final. 5.6 difficulty score in qualification. The second highest difficulty score after the 6.2 of Melanie de Jesus dos Santos.
Šapošnikovu koja je nama onako kad je hvatate obrnuto ispod šipke dosta je atraktivna i sve ostale stavke odradila je jako lijepo, korektno,
flick with a reset in that handstand position.
Kad ne bilježite elemente, jako je teško reći sada kolika je to točno početna,
Good straddle position established in the Jaeger.
i lijepa vježba i mislim da ovo može biti oko 13.
Ovisili o ocjeni sa koje se ruče starta, neki startaju s ove više, neki sa ove niže.
It's a toe point throughout the bulk of this performance.
Gleda se 8 najjačih
So
elemenata,
important.
unutar toga morate zadovoljiti te osnovne zahtjeve i to je to. Kasnije sve ovisi ko ima teže elemente.
Evo i to smo naučili za Anu Lashchevsku, ocjena samo što nije,
A little loss of symmetry in the dismount position.
Veliki pljesak za sve naše finalistice, treba im to da dobro uđu u ovo finale, da dobro krenu u vježbe, a naravno imamo i dvije naše predstavnice koje će nam vrlo brzo nastupiti ovdje u Osijeku.
13.2, it's a little better than qualification by just over a tenth. We will learn a lot now about the likely destination of this uneven bars title. If Melanie de Jesus dos Santos goes cleanly through this display and stays on the apparatus, she has the difficulty to win it and win it well. She was the fourth best in qualification with 12.9, but that's an execution score of 6.7. Very good work, straddle into the piked Kachev. Back salto has power to it. And then the Maloney to transition. She's done well to keep it going. Dismounts very nicely. 23-year-old Melanie de Jesus dos Santos, the champion on the uneven bars in Antalya. Looking for her second World Challenge Cup uneven bars title in the space of a week.
Mora se reći osječkoj publici da su gledali stvarno jednu vrhunsku izvedbu na svjetskoj razini. Mislim da je ovo početna ocjena više od 6, ako se ne varamo u kvalifikacijama je bilo i 6-2, sa jednom sigurnom izvedbom, atraktivnim elementovima, letovima, pa čak i samim saskokom, dvostruki pruženi salto sa 360 šraubom, tako ovo je u kompletu bilo sve i opet mislim da je ona je favorit za pobjednika na ručama, ali nikad ne znate.
Compare those difficulty in execution numbers. As I mentioned earlier, in qualification 6.2 and 6.7 for 12.9 overall.
Ona je aktualna nositeljica svjetske ekipne bronce iz Antwerpena 2023. zajedno sa svojom kolegicom koju smo vidjeli u prethodnoj spravi. Europska je prvakinja u vježbi na tlu iz Glasgowa 2018. više boju iz Čečina 2019. Na gredi iz Bazela 2021. osvojila je ekipno srebro na Europskom prvenstvu u Glasgowu 2018. Pojedinačno na gredi na Europskom prvenstvu, to ću vam sutra ponavljati jer je u gredi u finalu. A više boju je osvojila Europsku bronzu u Kružnoj Boki 2017.
At the last World Championship, she was also 10th in the all-around competition.
I broncu na tlu. Stignem na engleskom.
And a winner as of last week of 10 World Cup medals.
She's the current World Team bronze medalist from Antwerp 2023. She's the 2018 European champion on floor, 2019 European champion all around, and 2021 European champion on balance beam. She won the European team silver in 2018 and individual on balance beam in 2019. She was the 2017 European bronze medalist in all around. And just last weekend, she won gold on uneven bars and bronze on floor at the World Cup in Antalya.
Good synopsis given by the arena presenter. A huge number of accomplishments for the gymnast from Martinique, who now is based in the United States of America. Some deliberation evidently going on, but the number is 14.533 and she has easily gone into the lead. That is a jump of over a mark and a half. I said it would be interesting to compare the scores to qualification. They are virtually unrecognizable.
predstavnicu Hrvatske. The third finalist representing Croatia, Sofia Mešter.
Sofia Mešter of Croatia, the 7th best performer in the preliminary round. She's only 15. This is her senior international debut. And she said, this is really incredible already. My first senior competition, my first World Cup, and now the final. Well, good luck to her. She's done brilliantly, whatever happens, just to get here. Straddle Jaeger, nicely done. Back Salto also performed well, kept the heels together. Keep it going, good effort. And the Ginger as well, came down a little under the bar, but wow, did she fight to get back up. Well done to Sofia Mešter, that is excellent to see. She said she was so nervous at the thought of competing alongside the Olympic medalists in the Croatian team, the likes of Filip Uday, but felt honoured to be in their company. In recent years, she's watched this competition avidly on television. And now, here she is, with others watching her from all over the world. We have been introduced to Sofia Mešter, and what a good introduction it's been.
Sofia, tek 15 godina, kao da je u ovom sportu 30 godina, zaista jedan siguran, lijep, dobar, kvalitetan nastup.
She certainly displayed an affinity for this apparatus, quite probably more than any other, hence why she is the reigning junior national champion.
Svaka čast na prvom nastupu, drugom nastupu i Sofia ima naime i početnu ocjenu, vjerojatno preko 5. Ima start, odnosno težinska vrijednost vježbe. Napravila je koju malu greškicu, ali uvijek bitno.
Amazing to think, isn't it? As we look up at the crowd,
ja mislim da je ovo jedna
she's
velika
never
pobjeda za
been
nju.
to this competition as a spectator in the arena. So how's that for a first ever appearance? 11.9. She does well to get close to her score in qualification, but what a big career milestone for young Sofia Mešter, only 15.
Natjecanje nas zove dalje. Neki novi natjecatelji prilaze dvovisinskim ručama.
Polina Diachenko is next.
Predstavnica Ukrajine. The fourth finalist representing Ukraine, Polina Diachenko.
Another 15-year-old in this final, the reigning Ukrainian junior all-around champion. Her first ever international final. Secure execution thus far. Straddle Jaeger somersault. And she dismounts well. Nice display from Polina Diachenko.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Bila je ovo Polina Diachenko from Ukraine, iz Ukrajine. I s njome su prve 4 finalistice završile svoj nastup, što samom logikom stvari znači da idu iduće 4.
Tako je, i da će se one sad prvo zagrijavati, svaka ima na raspolaganju po 50 sekundi. The second group of 4 finalists on an even bars have 50 seconds one-touch warm-up per time per gymnast. You might start warming up.
Time vratimo se samo kratko na Sofiju, čini mi se kao i kod Marka na konju s hvataljkama, kako je krenula u vježbu, kako se to razvijalo, sve nekako slobodnija, sigurnija u sam svoj nastup.
Pa na ručama kad krenete ok, ide ok, ali nakon prve male greškice dogodi se da se lako izgubi ritam. Ona je malo izgubila ritam na jednom elementu i na drugom spustu koji zovemo Ginger.
This is especially impressive when one considers that Polina Diachenko had surgery on an arm injury about a year ago.
pad sa sprave je zapravo bod manje u izvedbi.
Tidy looking double touch. She had plenty of time to get out of that.
S njom imaju i najjače vježbe trenutno od finalistica, tako da nije lako. Evo i Ukrajinka je napravila jako čistu vježbu.
12.566. She's in third position at the halfway stage.
Evo i ocjena izašla malo lakša vježba.
Evo, stigla je ocjena i za Olinu, koja za sada ide na 3. mjesto. To znači da Sofija Nešter ide na 4. A mi se pripremamo, rekao, za iduće 4 finalističe, među kojima je i naša
at the halfway mark, easily in the lead, Melanie de Jesus dos Santos. Lashchevska is in second place.
Koja sada
And
kreće
then
sa
Polina Diachenko
zagrijavanjem. Nina
sits
već nas
third.
dakle upozorila, ovi padovi ne trebamo se toliko brinuti, to je sve već iskusno znalački, cure prije svega znaju pasti.
Tako je, to je sve uvježbano i one zapravo nakon
4 more gymnasts to come. We start with the 8th best in qualification, Sara Surmanova of Slovakia. Then the top qualifier, Lila Mokai. However, her score 13.4 has already been surpassed by over a mark by de Jesus dos Santos. Then the third best in qualification, Sara Šukelić. And the 6th best in qualification, Zala Turtnik.
Laički nazvanog helikoptera izgledaju vizualno jako atraktivno. Ima li tu nekih takvih elemenata u smislu što je možda bitnije, taj rad rukama, nogama, kako na to sve suci gledaju?
Pa modernija gimnastika ima sve više tih letova, nema puno stavki koje usporavaju vježbu, nego vidjet ćete, može samo let s gornje na donju, s donje na gornju, opet. I to su sada atraktivne vježbe, ali naravno opet uz one naše posebne zahtjeve. Mora napraviti okret 360, mora promijeniti hvat rukama uz ove letove i naravno saskok ulazi u vježbu.
Još 30 sekundi za zagrijavanje, 30 seconds left for warm-up.
Još samo kratko na preskoku smo pričali o tome koliko je teško neke stvari na slijepo uraditi. Nekad ovdje cure i lete unazad, a treba se uhvatiti gore. To je dosta teško.
Pa zato se zna da je gimnastika jedna od najtežih sportova i zašto ste tako dugo u dvoranu.
Zadnjih 10 sekundi, the last 10 seconds.
Treninzi traju dugo jer za automatizaciju
We continue the
elementa
women's
treba
uneven bars
tisuće
final.
puta.
I zagrijavanje je završeno. Molimo da počnete s natjecanjem. Warm-up is over. Please start the competition.
Sara Surmanova of Slovakia.
The fifth finalist
The 8th
representing
best in
Slovakia,
qualification.
Sara Surmanova.
Her score was 12.166. She has competed at World and Continental Championship level. And is from the lovely city of Bratislava. Slightly different routine construction from what we've seen from other gymnasts so far. She goes into the piked Jaeger. Oh my goodness! Well, she quickly gets up to her feet, but that was a very uncomfortable looking dismount, and one hopes now there'll just be a prompt assessment made of Sara Surmanova.
Bila je to Sara Surmanova, pozdravili
Tough landing. So nice moments in that routine from the 18-year-old.
Jel se trebamo brinuti nakon pada ili?
Ne trebate se brinuti. Možete
Back there at the
odahnuti, ali
dismount,
dešava
and she
se.
does
Dešava se
well
da
to get her
možda
body into
kriva
a flat
amplituda,
landing position,
kriva procjena
knowing that it wasn't going
i evo,
right.
Nažalost, izvedba će biti sa padom, saskok se neće priznati,
Got out of that
ali
about as safely as possible.
nije se ozlijedila, to je zapravo najbitnije, ali to je gimnastika, mislim, događa se. događa se, ali evo sva sreća, sve je dobro završilo. Na kraju će samo biti za ocjenu, bit će pad, nema saskoka.
She is a very determined young athlete, Sara Surmanova. She's demonstrated that she copes well with setbacks. That was one of those days where it didn't quite work out. It's the first time we've seen her in an international final that has not been on vault. She's made a couple of vault finals at World Challenge Cup level. Didn't use the pack salto to go from high to low, used the bail.
Pametni, mudri, možemo još jednom zapljeskati Sari Surmanovi. Čiju ocjenu i dalje čekamo i koja je upravo stigla.
10.366 down by 1.8 from qualification. Sara Surmanova is in 5th place. The main thing is she's okay. Dila Mokai of Hungary.
The next finalist representing Hungary, Lila Makai.
Just days away now from her 18th birthday, the gymnast born in Budapest. Trains alongside Greta Moya at club level. She was the top performer in qualification. Straddle Kachev, her first release. And then she goes into the Ezheva after the next Kachev. And there's some exciting gymnastics going on here. Pack salto has a good arch of the body. Maybe a little shy of her ideal handstand positions. Quite shy there. But she does get good height into a stylish tucked position to dismount. Lila Mokai certainly contending for a place on the podium. The 13.4 that she produced in qualification, much better than her typical scores internationally on this apparatus. She's really worked hard to upgrade the routine. The handstand positions certainly require a little increased focus. So vital that the gymnast hits those vertically. But isn't this nice? Big straddle position into the straddle Kachev. And then a Kachev into that Ezheva transition.
Pozdravite velikim pljeskom Sara Šulekić. Velika je stvar za hrvatsku gimnastiku imati dvije predstavnice u finalu na dvovisinskkim ručama tu.
In Hungary they have a competition called the Masters Championships, and she has twice in a row won the silver medal at that event on the uneven bars. It is a companion competition to the national championships. 13.4 in qualification.
Dvovisinske ruče, hrvatska gimnastika u dobrim rukama. Svaka čast našim curama.
That's the leaderboard before this score comes in for Mokai, and we've got two more performances after her. 12.766. The execution is down from qualification by about 3/4 of a mark. But she's certainly going in the right direction on the uneven bars. A home gymnast next.
Ona je predstavnica Hrvatske. The next finalist representing Croatia, Sara Šulekić.
Sara Šulekić of Croatia, 18, from the capital city of Zagreb. She says that the Osijek World Challenge Cup is her absolute favourite competition. Big piked Kachev to start. And then she also uses the Kachev into the Ezheva. What a nice, stylish looking Ezheva it was. Maloney to a Pax Salto. And then uses the Van Leeuwen to transition. Goes up well towards handstand. And keeps the dismount simple and secure. Sara Šulikić. Her execution in qualification was the best of anyone that made it into the final with 8.233.
Pa ovo je jedna baš atraktivna vježba. Sara inače poznata da radi jako čisto.
Really established a tight pike position.
U rangu sa svim vrhunskim na svjetskoj razini vježbama.
Back bend in the Pax Salto.
Sara imala malo manju početnu ocjenu u kvalifikacijama za razliku sad cura što su već odradili, ali na to nadoknadi svojom izvedbom.
She goes up towards handstand with authority.
I tu ona ima prostora da vježba bude još jača, tako da vjerujem i u budućnosti vrlo skoro i da će ona biti stvarno jedna ručašica, da tako kažem, svjetske razine. Evo, bravo.
Ako i nakon ovako odlične izvedbe ima mjesta za napredak, znači da je Sarin potencijal zastrašujući.
U gimnastici uvijek ima prostora za napredak, uvijek svi hvatamo to savršenstvo koje ne možemo izvedbeno uhvatiti, ali onaj koji ima i težinski jake vježbe i izvedbu prekrasnu, to su vrhunski gimnastičari.
Vrhunski gimnastičari, a među njima čak dvije finalistice iz naše zemlje u dvovisinskim ručama.
Absolutely thrilled to be in this competition, one that she cares so much about. Sara Šulikić.
A Sarinu još uvijek čekamo. Suci vijećaju i
she is the reigning Croatian champion.
Sara Šulikić.
And she has gone into second place, 13.466. Sara Šulikić way up from qualification by about half a mark, and she has just won her first ever medal in the Osijek World Challenge Cup. It was her favourite competition before. She's going to like it even more now. Only one remains. It is Jesus dos Santos, Šulikić and Laščevska, 1, 2 and 3, as we look at Zala Trtnik of Slovenia, the sixth best in qualification. A Mediterranean Games finalist in Oran, Algeria, on the uneven bars. She also opens with the Maloney and into a purposeful Kachev with good height. And Leeuwen. What a nice, calm-looking display that was from Zala Trtnik to conclude the uneven bars final. Absolutely right. Really was well performed. Crisp and secure gymnastics from the 18-year-old from the beautiful Slovenian capital city of Ljubljana. Kachev was secure. No real issues with her Pax Salto either.
Curama koji su trenutno na prva 3 mjesta, mislim da je malo slabija, ali svakako svak mora doći i od nule odraditi svoju vježbu. Mislim da je stvarno bez velikih greškica odradila.
Sad onaj dio u kojem se napetost može rezati nožem, kako kaže ona pomalo dosadnjikava sintagma, često korištena. Čekamo da suci Zalin nastup ocijene, a onda da dobijemo i neslužbene rezultate koji bi mogli iznimno razveseliti ne samo osječku, već hrvatsku publiku, jer Sari Šulikić smiješi se medalja na svjetskom kupu u Osijeku. Tina, prije same ocjene, općenito ocjena nastupa svih gimnastičarki.
Pa ne znam što bi vam rekla, ruče su nekad teže od grede i mislim osim ovog jednog pada
to perform in the uneven bars final. It's the Jesus dos Santos, Shulikic and Lashchevska. 1, 2 and 3 with 13.2 the gatekeeping score for a place on the podium. Oh, she's done very well. 12.733, that's a jump of about 4/10 from qualification. That has her in 5th position. There is the champion, second World Challenge Cup title in the space of a week for Melanie de Jesus dos Santos.
Gledamo prema zapisničkom stolu, čekamo njihov kim glavom. Kad oni dignu taj palac, kada kimnu glavom, kada potvrde,
the classified results in the women's uneven bars competition. The bronze medal won by Anna Lashchevska of Ukraine. The silver medal going to Sara Shulikic of Croatia. And the gold medal won by Melanie de Jesus dos Santos of France. We will proceed directly to the victory ceremony.
The
victory ceremony in the women's uneven bars competition in Osijek.
Medalje će uručiti gospodin Siniša Krajač, glavni tajnik Hrvatskog olimpijskog odbora. The medals will be presented by Mr. Siniša Krajač, Secretary General of the Croatian Olympic Committee. Treće mjesto i brončana medalja predstavnica Ukrajine. In the third place winning the bronze medal representing Ukraine, Anna Lashchevska.
The bronze medal awarded to Anna Lashchevska of Ukraine. Her 7th time on a World Cup podium.
Drugo mjesto osvajačica srebrne medalje predstavnica Hrvatske. In the second place, winning the silver medal representing Croatia, Sara Shulikic.
Sara Shulikic has just achieved her best ever international result. After finishing 3rd at the Mercian World Challenge Cup last year, she now takes the silver medal in what she says is her favourite competition, the Osijek World Challenge Cup.
In the first place, winning the gold medal representing France, Melanie de Jesus dos Santos.
It's Melanie de Jesus dos Santos who wins the title. Gold in Antalya, gold here. She's performing very well on the uneven bars at the moment. And that is a 7th career World Cup gold medal for the French athlete.
Dame I gospodo, slijedi himna Francuske. Ladies and gentlemen, if we're able to, please stand for the national anthem of France.
Velike čestitke Melanie na osvojenom zlatu.
The medalists in the women's uneven bars competition in Osijek.
Čućemo I mi našu jednu jedinu Saru Šulekić. To je to. Sara, kratko samo da te zagnjavimo. Kako ti je bilo, kako